Hey everybody, welcome to the Labyrinth of Limitations. This is another little labyrinth. We're going to look at moving from G7 to C, just kind of thinking of that 6251 from the previous episode. But today we're going to return to the idea of the chromatic scale, of Barry's chromatic scale, that in the 5th or 6th episode of the main Labyrinth series. There's an episode on that you can review. There's a PDF attached. It has all of the kind of main key points about the scale. And what I like to do is apply it to the scales of chords. So again, C major, if it were just a normal C major scale, that's C major up to the 7th and back down. And then if I were to do the chromatic scale, I would fill in every whole step with a note, a chromatic note, and then when I don't have a whole step between two notes, I jump up to the next scale tone. So that's the idea. That's the idea. So now if this were the C major 6 diminished scale, like that, then I would go that, or I go like that. So that is the idea on a C major 6 diminished. And I'm going to do it on G7. We're going to move from G7 into C. I'm going to be privileging the idea of the tritones minor. So I'm doing A flat minor 6 over G, resolving a C. So let's look at one. Let's do, how about, so I'm going to be thinking of, I'm going to do some contrary motion while doing this, and I'm trying to stick with dyads mainly, but not entirely. And here is a 6th. I could see this as a broken chord on A flat minor 6. See, like this? Right, that could be what I'm seeing. Or I could see this as an incomplete drop 2, but I wouldn't really be so into that. But okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go, and I'm going to go, and I'm going to, and that's what I'm going to do. And then maybe something like that. So I'm moving out in my voices, and then I'll go to, I'll have my voice jump and do some parallel. And I'm going to do, I'll try the bass. Yeah. Or what about this? So first off, did you catch that? I just went, and I'm filling. And what's neat about the chromatic scale on the scale of chords, I've said this in the bigger episode, is it'll keep me, if I just hold the top note, which I'm not doing a chromatic with, and then I move, once I get past the chromatic note, now I'm on diminished notes in this scale, and then I'm still outlining that skeleton. I could do it on the top part too. So, like that. I could do both. Like that. But anyway, I'm going to go back to this idea. So and I'm going to... yeah, that's pretty. So... and I'm going to have this voice. I'm going to have a third voice enter in. That's the C major. So I'll do that. You know, resolving a C major, which is pretty. I'll try another G minor 6, maybe up high. Okay, so this one I'll go, this is something that I was looking at the other day, this type of move. So I'm going to go in parallel thirds, and then we know what happens when the voices go out from parallel thirds. It goes to a 5th, a scalar 5th, which may be a 4th. In this case, it's a 4th, but it's a scalar 5th. So I'm going to go, and that's on C. So this is all A flat minor 6 over G. You know, so that's the idea. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in. So that's how I do that, because I'm going down this is going down to the 6th of the scale. This is the root of the scale, A flat. And then I could go, so, but maybe I'll switch the top voice for that bit of chromaticism. So I'll go, so this is my next kind of non-chromatic thing, so to speak. And then I'm going to, like that. Like that. See that is, or I go, whoops. That's pretty. So I did, this is chromatic scale on the top voice. See it? And then the bottom voice is doing a chromatic move because it's going to go like that, because this is the 6th, the sharp 5, and the flat 5 of A flat minor 6. And then I kind of thought about this going to this, and I did a little kind of same chromatic scale concept, moving into the C major. So I'll try that again. What was it? And that's all on G7, moving to C. I like that one. I'll try it one more time. So. Okay, so that's on A flat minor 6. Sounds good on any of the scales. I'll do one just on straight G dominant 7th. So I'll go right and so I'll just go something simple. Resolve to C minor that time because I like the sound of that, but I'll do it to C major again. I did the 6 on the 5 for C major, so this is G major 6. I'll do that again. And then that's pretty. I've never done that, but I'll do it one more time. So that was like that's the ending. So maybe one more with that type of move, but on the A flat minor 6. So instead of, so the chromaticism is, this is a 7th. That's what I did. But now I'll do A flat minor 6. See? So. That's the idea there. So there's a lot of stuff to do with the chromatic scale. Sticking with dyads, I think I did. So maybe. There we go. Something like that. That would be that's sticking with dyads and just putting some chromaticism in. So I hope that gets you excited to revisit your chromatic scale. Those were all just little figurations. There's, I mean, endless things to do with that. I tend to always find something new every time I decide to sit around with the Barry's chromatic scale concept in relation to the scales of chords. So that was on A flat minor 6 over G, resolving to C major, or resolving to G major 6 on C major, which is the 6 on the 5 for the major chord. And also I did just a G dominant 7 diminished. And switching between the top voice and the low voice, doing the chromatic scale. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will be following up with more soon. And thanks for keeping up with all of this, and keep on practicing.